Hi everybody, this is Prince, and today is episode 4 of Road to Rank 1 with Kalgara. The ranks did just reset, so we're starting from the bottom again, and this intro is a little bit different than the others because we're going to go over the curve with Kalgara. I know a lot of people have been wanting to start playing this deck because of how powerful he has been, and this video is for them, teaching them the curve. Your preferred curve is first. Going second is also fine, but you would only choose second against Yamato and Teach, or just decks that really like going second. On one Dawn, you can play the Upper Yard or the Nami. Upper Yard is always better, but Nami is good if you're missing, say, double 5-drop on 5 Dawn, or a 3 cost and you want to play it out for extra pressure in this matchup. Nami is good for finding those pieces. On 3 Dawn, you're going to want to play at the 3 cost Kalgara. He will also again find you your hopefully double 5-drop on 5 Dawn. If you have Nami in hand, and either of these, it is also fine. And on 4 Dawn, if you're going second, you can pay 3 for the 3 cost Kalgara, and if you have another one in your hand or this 4 cost Wyper, you'll have 1 Dawn up to use your leader effect. Say you play the 3 cost out, tap 3, you can attach 1 to lead, swing 6, and play out the other 3 cost. It's really good keeping pressure up into decks like Boba and Teach. I also think is good playing double 5-drop. And then on your On your 5 Dawn turn, if you were going first, you'd have the 3 drop out, and on this turn you can play Wyper or Nami. As long as you have one of these in your hand and another 5 cost, you are good, because if you play the Wyper out, tap 5, you can use the Wyper effect to give a Dawn to your leader, and then you use leader effect to play out the 5 cost Kalgara. Most of the time this will be the card you play out, unless say you played Nami out first and you need to still clear the weenies, then you would play the Wyper off of leader effect. Nami is good into blue yellow Nami and against Teach. We're burning their life, denying them a trigger is very good. Going first against Teach, if they play their Shiryu on 6 Dawn and you have enough life to protect, then you can play Nami on 5 or on 7 and put the trigger that they just stacked into their life back into their hand, and it is really strong. Now on 7 Dawn, most of the time you will be at either 1 or 2 life. You could also be at 0, but on this turn you are just going to want to use leader effect again, maybe attach 1 and then swing a 6, play out another Wyper if you still have Dawn or still have life to flip. But if you are going to play out a Wyper, it is important to always play your heal first. Say I have 2 life, and I would play the Nolan from my hand, get 1 life, then I can swing my leader, play the Wyper, take my life, and then flip the second one. It is important to have this second one flipped, because if you did it the other way around, this bottom one would be flipped, and since the second one is flipped, it means that next turn, say you had to take this life, your bottom one is still face down, so now you could play another Borsalino and use leader effect again, take the life, and then flip with the Wyper to give board minus again. So Wyper is really strong. You just have to evaluate how many times you're going to take, and if you will still have life to flip over when you want to give the board minus. Yes, normally on 7 Dawn you'll be playing a body and a heal with your leader. If you're at 0 life, it is also fine, since when you swing with your leader you get to play it out for free since there's no life to take, and then you get to play the Nolan down and heal 1. So that's pretty much the curve. On 9 Dawn, again, you're just going to do like the same thing. One play you can do on 9 is if your board got removed, say you only had 2 bodies left, these guys all died, you can pay 3 for the 3-cost Kalgara, and then you can use the Wyper effect to give a Dawn. You can play a heal, and you can use leader effect to play out another guy. So on 9 or 8 Dawn, if you have a Wyper on board, you can play out 3 characters in the same turn, which is really strong. It's pretty good against decks that really like clearing your board, like NL. And it's just important to remember that you can develop, you can keep developing after your board is removed. So that is it. Pretty simple. Just 3-drop on 3, play 2 5-costs on 5, and then play with leader and heal pretty much every turn after that. On 6 Dawn, one thing you can do if you have a Rush Luffy in your hand, since you have 6 Dawn, the Luffy will get Rush, so you can use leader effect to play out, say, this Wyper or the Kalgara, and then you can pay the other 5 to play the Rush Luffy and swing, getting a lot of pressure. This isn't a heal though, so in other turns when you would want to heal and this is in your hand, it is a brick, so it is important to know when to grab it and when to discard it off cards like 3-cost Kalgara. So that is it for the curve. I'm still playing the same deck list. I will put a picture in before the games start, but that is it, and we will get on to the games. So this is a game into Rosie. Our opening hand is we're going second. We have double 3-drop, which is nice, and we have double Wyper, and Wyper is really good in this matchup, so we're just gonna keep it. Pretty much what we're looking for. We might want some 2Ks. The 5-cost Draw Kalgara, also a very good card always. But that's pretty much it. We're just gonna use gonna play our double 3-drops. You find stage. Honestly, it's fine to search, but there's not even that much stuff we're looking for. Our hand is already pretty sculpted out. But yes, we did need to find the 5-cost Kalgara. Pass it over to our opponent. They do not have a 4-cost Law, if I remember. Or, 4-cost Law. And, they just play the stage, search for Rosie Law, and swing 7 lead. Then, we know he has 2 Rosie Laws in his hand. We do draw the 3rd 3-cost Kalgara. And something that is a good habit to do is if you have both the 3-costs in your hand already, you might as well play the first one out with leader effect, since you get the card off of your life and you just have more information on what you want to trash and grab. So play the first one, and then we play the second 3-cost, pitching the big Kalgara, find the event and the Wyper. I was debating on taking this 5-cost Wyper, but I do believe that in pretty much all the rest of the turns, I'd rather just play the other minus 5-cost Wyper than the brick one. It would be able to bottom his stage, which is good, but I feel like just playing the other Wyper is going to be better in those situations. So swing 6, he minuses and plays his Rosie Law, leaving 1 Dawn up, most likely for an I Love You event. It's our turn now. We do draw the Bell Luffy. I was planning on going Wyper into Kalgara, but this Bell Luffy makes it so that we can go 5-cost Wyper into Bell, and then we just have a bunch of pressure. Bell normally needs to get answered by like a Sokka, especially if we leave a Dawn up. No, but we can't this turn since we have to attach the leader. But yes, we don't deny him free blocks here, but the Bell means him blocking is guaranteed a hit at his face. Also, the event he can use, and it'll just buff our Luffy up again. So we see there's an Olin in our life. Should swing another 5. That was a Mamoraga, so he did get to draw one. And he still has a Dawn up for I Love You. So he will probably be able to swing or counter out of these other 2 swings. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, we'll just swing another 5. He can block, or he can play the I Love You. Or he can give us a 1k. He does just give us a 1k. Swing a 6 now. Play the Kalgara. And we get to draw one. The main reason I played this is because I was planning on healing and playing the 5-cost Wyper out next turn. And sure, playing the Wyper out this turn would have been okay. It would have made his Rosie Law not be able to block the 6k swing, even though he didn't for some reason. But the Kalgara is going to generate more value over time. Not playing the Wyper did mean he had a 1-drop to swing into our Luffy. But we're just going to counter 1k on the 5k swing. And then he's going to use stage. Probably it's a sign that he might be pretty bricked because he's not at 10 down yet, and he wouldn't be able to minusing if he had a good hand already. So our turn here will be probably a Wyper and a Kalgara. Or actually, I think I played 2 Wypers. I did accidentally pitch the Nolan for counter. I meant to discard the Nami or the 5-cost Kalgara, but I misclicked, so we're just going to play it as if I didn't have it in hand before. So we're just going to pay 5 for the Wyper. My first thought was to use leader effect to play out the Wyper so that I get the life and the draw of the 5-cost Kalgara. See if I can draw a heal. But if I do that, that means I won't be able to play both of my 5-cost Wypers this turn, or use both the effects, and that would just mean a card out of his hand, or one card that he'd get to keep because he could block 6k and then counter 1k. Goes to 2k there, and I do think I'm just going to swing another 6 and a 7. I have a lot of events in my hand, but I am not scared of dying with only 1 down up. Since he only has 2 bodies, we have 4 2ks in hand, 2 1ks, and then we can play the Frenemy or the Elthor, or the Earthwindless, sorry. Takes down to 0 with 7 cards in hand, I believe, or 8. Starts off with an 8 into our Kalgara. I think I'm fine with this. We can beat him out of a grind game too. Eventually, once he develops enough bodies, we can't. But on this turn, it's fine. Giving up 2 cards is kind of alright, especially since the leader and the Rosy Law might swing into our board. And I want to keep my 5-cost draw Kalgara around, since he might play something like a Borsalino this turn. Just 3k out of the 7k, pretty simple. He does the leader effect, and he's going to play out a Rosy Law. He does get 1 more Dawn active when he uses the Sakazuki effect. He uses stage here just to -1 more, and then he can tap 1 to get 2 active. He's 3 Dawn up here. He's probably going to leave a couple. He does play the Lightning. It is pretty strong to get rid of one of our bodies, meaning probably can't go for it this turn. But he does tap this, which means our split would be like 7, 7, 9, 9, which seems really hard for him to get out of with 0 life and only 1 blocker. And we're not even dead if we just leave 2 Dawn up. So, yep, we start off. I think I'm just thinking if I can go for it and see the math. I don't have a Bell Luffy, and my board isn't full, so I can't use the Wypers to good effect. We're just gonna start off with a 7, and I'm pretty sure he just free blocks this. Yeah, he does. This is something he probably has no counter, or he has all the counter. So you just go with another 7, just poke out. Gives us the I love you, gets back the 2k law, and he just scoops. He did not have enough counter to survive. He only had that much, so even if we just split, he would not have enough to live. So that was a good game. Rosie is a pretty good matchup when you're going first. This game we did go second, but he did miss 4-drop on 3 Dawn, which definitely helped a little bit. So yeah, good game, and we will go on to the next one. Now we have a game into Teach. We are losing the dice roll, so they do get to choose, and we are going to go first. His opening hand is alright, but we are looking for some 3 cost. We do find a double 5 cost in our second hand, which is nice, and yeah, we're good to keep. We don't have a 3 cost, which we definitely would like in this matchup, but it's alright. Plays out his Pizarro. He used this is my age, and then plays out the Pizarro. We're just going to swing 7, leave 1 Dawn up for the event. He can redirect and play a stage out right now if he would want to, or he can just take. The Pizarro says on KO he gets to draw 1 and play out a stage from his hand or trash. We'll just take a 5. We could looking for maybe a 5-drop Nami if we had one, but we don't, so we're just going to swing. We're going to play the Wyper out. There's an argument to not use the effect or to use the effect. I do believe it's better to use the effect, because if you don't use the effect, he can just redirect into the Pizarro, and then he gets to draw anyways, and he has to give us a counter since we're swinging the 6. So yeah, we just use leader effect to play out the 5-drop Kalgara. We get to draw 1 and take the life. Gives us a 2k, so we're fine with that. He's on 6 down now, probably gonna play a Shiryu. That would be his place to play this turn. He just pitch a Shiryu, so that means he most likely has one at least. And he is going to get a Devon. 2K into his hand. Starts with 5. We're probably going to take one of these swings and counter the other one. Since it'll be 2 5s, might as well take the first one. I should have took the first one. I don't know why I did it, but I'm going to take the second 5, and I'm going to get punished because he does play this event. It's a 6-drop event that lets him flip his life and then KO a 6 cost and a 5 cost. Almost like a Liberation in Black Teach. It sort of does the same thing, and we see that there's a Zihiha in his life. So if we swing into him on his 10 darn turn, he will be able to play that out. We don't have 9 Dawn to do what I wanted to do, which was play 3 cost and develop 2 more bodies with leader effect and just playing out 1. So we're just going to start with the Borsino swing. I should just swing already just swing 7 since there's only going to be 1 swing coming at me next turn, since I'm going to play the Wyper and minus the Sanwan Wolf. We're just getting rid of it this turn so that in the future turns he can't redirect and make his leader 7k. So you're able to clear it, and it's onto his 8 Dawn. He will probably play a 8 cost Teach. And this is going to look a little scary. Gets another Devon, so I know I have 2 2Ks in hand. I'm just going to free block the 5. He does play the Teach. So it is a little scary. We can play 3 bodies this turn, but I do top deck the 5-drop Nami. It's a really good turn now, since we get to pop his life back into his hand that he put with the Teach. Then we get to play the 3 cost out, and then we can grab a Wyper or I have to grab both the Wyper and the Kalgara. But it is a choice which one I would want to play out this turn. If I play out the Wyper, I have more pressure this turn and less going further into the game. But the thing with 6-Kalgara in this matchup is most of the time that swing is just redirected or rested by something like Vasco Shot. So I do believe I should just play the Wyper. I can use use Wyper effect, give the Dawn to my leader, swing 7, and then I can play the Wyper. And then use the other Wyper effect to give it on to my other Wyper to swing another 7 at his face. Just take the Zihiha to hand, and I need to do some math here if I do live a Zihiha, and if I can even kill him on the clackback if I rest my blocker. So he does do the redirect into his Teach. It's all fine. Now I'm really thinking if I can tap the Borso or not. I do believe it, yes I do. So we're gonna get another card out of his hand, nice. But the only problem with this play is they're kind of vulnerable, since once the Zia comes down, he'll be able to swing 12 lead with the Teach if he would like to, or just 10 and then 7, or 7 10, the other way around. He's gonna play the Luffy though, so it is only gonna be a 10k swing. Still, if he did leave the blocker up, my thought was he was just gonna negate the blocker, and it's pretty much the same board. Except I got 1 less card out of his hand. So he does play the Zia, burn my life to hand. He's deciding on what to stun. I do believe he stuns one of the Wypers. The good thing about, or something, it's not good for us, but what he can do since he stunned the Wyper is it doesn't actually get its effect next turn, so you don't get the Dawn attach utility for next turn, unfortunately. Now he's gonna do the 10. I should just use the Earth Won't Lose event and then play the other stage and give him a 2k and a 1k. I do believe that is what is happening. I'm just going to grab another Earth Won't Lose event, need as much counter as I can get. Bottoming 2 Borses is unfortunate. Double Borsa next turn would be really strong, but it's alright. We do have Noland and Borsa, which is sort of the same thing, except one of them just isn't a blocker. Swings another 5, we're just going to give him the Noland. Because I do have 2 events in my hand, I actually don't want to play the Noland over something like keeping the events up. Start off with a 5 until if he cannot have that getting any more value. He only has 5 cards in hand. We can swing relatively big, I think. Maybe 3 7s. That might be a little too high, but I think that actually might be the perfect number. So just start off with a 7 with the Nami. Does just block, and then we're going to play the Borso, give the Dawn to our leader, and I did think I could give the Dawn, and then I remembered that it's negated, but I will be able to leave 2 Dawn up if I swing 7 here, and then swing a 7 with the Wyper. One of these swings will get redirected, and I do think it's the first one. Oh, it's the second one. So here, swinging 6 is the same as swinging 7, because the redirect is going to go into the Teach no matter what, and it doesn't really matter. And I could have a life, or I could have a, what's it called, an event in my life that not leaving the dawn up would be scary. The only event that I have left would be the Earth One Loose, and I might have already searched over my third one, since I know I did see the bow event earlier in the game. So yeah, debating on tapping the Borso again, and it's just I can't do it since the Zia will put us down to 0 life, and he can swing 14 with the 10 cost each, negate our other blocker, and we will only have 2k, 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 3k, which is 9 counter, so we can get up to 14, and then we can go to 15 if the life is a 1k. But on this swing with the leader, we won't actually have enough. We don't have any more cards left in hand to counter just the 5k. So this goes for Zia. He's going to tap his blocker beard, which is really good for us because that means he knows, or he's not trying to go for game here. Or no, sorry, he is trying to go for game here and letting us, or giving us an opening to get him on the clock back. Now just doing some math on where my counter goes. If I actually get to keep my Borsalino alive, because this is really important, I am always going to use the event onto the other 8 cost each, and then I'm just seeing if I have enough counter to keep everything alive. I do have exactly enough, if I remember. So yep, do event teach, give our leader +8 or +3, and then no effect. We give 2/2 and a 1k, and then now the 7k swing exactly we can block and 2k, and then we will go for game. If I do top deck a Shandian, it's really good because then I get 2 extra Dawn basically with the Wyper effects, but I don't believe it. Yeah, it's just a Noland. I can't use that, or I can't play that with my leader effect, unfortunately. So now doing the split, there's an argument for both. There's 77799, I believe. Yeah, 77799. But I think that was a little worse since the 9 will be taken or redirected or blocked by the teach. So basically those bigger numbers actually don't matter and lets him counter out earlier, I believe. So do swing a 7 first. I think he takes this actually. But yeah, if he were to counter, he needs to give us 2 cards. He does give us 2 cards, and I should just swing another 7. Or I think my math actually was a bunch of 8s. Since if I swing a 7 here, he can take, and if his life is a trigger, then he can block and redirect. And then if I swing an 8, or basically the math doesn't really matter since they're all going to be 8s, and if I don't swing this 7 and I swing, or if I swing a 7 instead of an 8, there's still going to be 2 8s and a 9, and he's just going to block the 9, redirect the 8, and he would still need counter for the 8k swing. So just swinging 8 here is better since he's going to block. Now it's a little bit more dicey. I could swing a 9 or a 7, but I'm just going to commit to the 3 8s. He's going to take that one. It's not a Vasco shot trigger, so it's not going to rest our dude. We're going to swing an 8 again with our Borsalino, and then our last 8 is going to be with our leader. He does have, I believe, 2k, yes, and I'm really scared. I just have to go for it, and his last card is not a trigger, thankfully. So that was a really, really intense game. Not finding 3-drop is pretty bad, and that I think Lightning Dragon Twister event actually hurt us quite a bit, but still able to pull it out. And good game, and we will go to the next one. Lastly, we have a game into Purple and L. We do get to go, or we get to choose to go first. This matchup is better, much better going first than going second. It's quite hard going second. Our opening hand was bad, and the mulligan was honestly worse. Or we do have Luffy and a Kalgara, but the rest of our turns seem pretty bad, especially our 5-down turn. We have almost nothing. So we're just going to wait for our opponent to play their 1-drops. They have just a pudding. If they have 2 puddings, they can go to 4 next turn and play a 4-cost, which would be really nice for them. And they would be able to swing the pudding, but they are just going to play a Ohm to draw 1. Now they're going to 3-down, so meaning if they want to play a 4-cost, they cannot attack with leader or with leader effect. We're just going to swing a 7. If he's going to attack, one of these swings might be a 7. So it is good to have the event up, especially since we have no 2Ks in hand. I am looking for a Wyper, most definitely. So yeah, we're just gonna see what our opponent does. I do believe they start off with a 5, yes. There's an argument to take this swing, since he probably will play a 4-drop, and if he doesn't, his swing will only be 7 max, and we can use the event to get out of that. So if this is a 4-drop, we definitely want to find Wyper or Nami, and taking this life is just one card closer to that. So I can definitely see the argument to take it, but I don't. And our next turn is really bad. We only have a 5-drop Kalgara as our pretty much only play. We might play it and swing 5, or we can use leader effect to play it out. Seems a little worse, since the only benefit that would have is if we draw a 3-cost Kalgara off, say, the life or the draw off the 5-cost Kalgara. So, open. We do find a stage. If we find 3-cost Kalgara, it is good here, but we do not. And I'm looking for a Wyper now, a 5-drop Wyper. So we're just going to chain stages. We don't find it in the second one, so we're going to chain it again. And eventually, we do find the Wyper. I'm just going to order it real quick. So now we can use the Wyper to clear both of the 1-drops, and the Frankie will most likely have to swing at us. I do swing a 7 here. I think it's fine to swing 5 or 6 also, since we get to leave the 1 down up for the Earth Won't Lose event, and maybe protect our Wyper, though protecting it from the 9k swing and a 5k swing, if it does get rested, seems very it just seems like it won't happen. Unlikely. So he's just gonna play his Anala, probably the best play for him this turn. He gets to search top 5 and trash any card from his hand and search any card, so it is -1, but it lets him set up all of his combos, and it's just a 6-10 beat stick that will most likely take a life from us every turn. So now, I think they have to choose what to discard. They do trash in Ohm. Ohm would not be bad for them this turn, since they would be able to get a 1-drop out. But they're going to use the Kids In on our Wyper, most likely meaning a Mamaraga is going to come, and there it is. Now he can swing a 5 into it with the Enel, and swing a 9 into it with the Frankie. I'm going to counter this 5, I do believe, since I want to play this Luffy next turn, and if this goes into my face, it would be a little more scary. I think not taking it or taking it are fine. Actually, I'm not going to play the Luffy next turn, since I want to play the Luffy when the NL is rested, and I'm just conserving life to that when the NL rests, I don't have to heal to feel safe, and I can play the Luffy and swing with it. So the 9 goes into our Wyper, and of course we're going to let it go. It's just too big. We do find another Wyper, which is actually really good for us. I can play the Wyper, or play the Kalgara, swing 6 into the Frankie, and then play the Wyper and flip the life to make it a 3k. I do play the 5-cost Kalgara first, so that I can draw the card. Playing the... oh no, yeah, that is just the correct sequencing, because if I were to, say, play the 5-cost Kalgara with leader effect, I wouldn't be able to Wyper first, and I'd have to do it after, and I don't have any swings after, so it just doesn't really work that way. Starts off with a Reiju. He has 2 down up, and most likely going to be for Gamma Knife, like it always is. There's the Gamma Knife. He does not have enough events in trash for Reiju to be a 7k and a 9-cost blocker, so Zeus definitely could still get some value. He's going to use the Elf Lore though, and that is the 4th event to get his Reiju bigger. Now, Zeus is only good for going for game into the Frankie blocker, and he's already down 1, so means might not come up again. Swing 7 lead, we're just going to use the event that we left up for, and then this 14 going lead we will most definitely take. I'm going to have to be at only 1 life when we do this Luffy, but I definitely will be able to clear the 4-cost Reiju, since if he counters with events, we will be able to buff the Luffy, and then the Enel or the Luffy will be able to swing into the Enel, and all the events that he has for counter onto the Enel, they give our Luffy bigger than what the events will give the Enel. So we're going to swing 7, use the air effect. We do still need to keep up pressure and get some more bodies onto the board. 7, he is going to give us the Divine Departure. So we get to proc the Luffy effect to give us +4. Now we should swing the Wyper again. He doesn't want to block because he needs to save the block so that his Enel does not die. This could be a 7, could be an 8. Doesn't really matter, but we are going to swing a 7. Don't have a Dawn up, and we know that our Dawn will, or our event will be in the life, but it is still a good bait just to fake them out that thinking we have an event. So they are going to take that, and then we are going to swing 12 into the NL. Unless he has triple 1k, he is going to have to give us the blocker. Their decks do not play that many 2ks anymore, since they cut 6 Sanji for cards like Body. So we're going to be able to take the Reiji off the board and just pass it over. We have 1 life and 6 cards in hand. So it was a little scary. We do have double heal though for next turn, because I believe we're going to... Actually no, we might only be going to 9. So we can't double heal, but we can use just the Borso and then leave some Dawn up if we maybe draw a event. So yeah, I think our opponent is just thinking on what to play is this turn. NL is quite a honestly hard deck. Sometimes your turns are laid out for you. Just scam a knife and play a 4 cost, or just play the 6 cost now. But then other times it is get quite complicated. I'm pretty sure he makes actually a pretty good play this turn. I don't remember what body he plays, but I remember it was actually pretty smart for him. He's gonna play the Frankie to -2. He gets to trash 1 and draw 2. He gets to go net 0, and the blocker is there to protect his NL. He's gonna trash an NL2, so that is a brick out of his hand. Now, I believe he's gonna play a Lightning Dragon onto our Wyper, and our Luffy does get buffed, but he cannot Lightning Dragon the Luffy right now, since it is a 11k. And if you were to play the Gamma Knife, it would give it -5, and we get -4 back, or +4 back, so it would go down to just a 10k, which is still easy enough to defend if we need to. Yeah, he plays the 1-drop, putting out searches. I don't remember what he finds here, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, he could find a Lightning Dragon to freeze our Wyper next turn, find a Gamma Knife to maybe kill our Kalgara 6 cost. He can leader effect, get the 2 Dawn active, attach 4 to the NL, play 2 for the Gamma Knife, and then pay 1 for the Outdoor. So I would be able to clear our 6 Kalgara, which would be really good for him. Still thinking on his putting search. This is kind of the grindy more types of games, just really chiseling away at each other's resources. He does grab a Gamma Knife, and he's going to swing a 14. I expected it to be at my Luffy, but it actually is at face, and this is actually a really good play for him. I'm not going to be able to counter this 14 at face. I might as well just take it. And then once I take it, he's going to play the Gamma Knife onto my Luffy, and since I don't have a life anymore to flip, I can't get the plus power. So now it's at 6k, and he can use the Lightning Dragon to stun it. It's a really good play for him actually. And we're gonna swing. He's gonna swing 5. We're gonna give him the 2k. Do I go up to 10 Dawn? I do. And here I remember I was really torn between playing double heal or keeping Donna for the Friday meet. If I play double heal, then I will get an extra body on board than just playing Borsino, but I won't be able to swing as big as I would be able to if I just played 1. I do think I end up just playing both. He needs a lot of cards to keep our ward still at bay, and he only has 6 cards in hand and 2 life. We're going to start off with a Nolan and give a Dawn to our leader so we can swing a 6. And then we will swing the 8 and play out the Borsalino. We have 4 2Ks in our hand, 2 life, and a blocker. Seems really nice. Us dying, the chances are like really low. He does give us the 2K. No point to reveal this, Luffy. It's a good thing to note, just not giving your opponent information when it's not needed. Since, cool, I can make my Luffy bigger, but there's no point since it's not going to swing. And he can't kill it on on my turn. He can't kill my own Luffy. He'll just play the Borso. It's our friend's turn now. Get their Dawn. And I do believe they go to split the lethal. He would need a Amaga and a Lightning Beast Kitten to rest our Borsellino. You could also play Gamma Knife and a Althor. That was also a good combination to clear the Borsellino and give his leader +1, or any of his characters really. He's going to play the Senior Pink here to grab the Mamaraga, I believe, or Lightning Beast Kitten. And then he's going to play the Kitten to minus our Borsellino, and Mamaraga, the Borsellino. There is a point to buff this Luffy here, since I don't want him swinging into it. Even if he is going for game this turn, I don't necessarily know that. He still has a life and a blocker on board, so he could have tried to survive another turn. And then now I know my life is a 1 cost, so I would like to change that out by taking this life, or using the leader effect when I'm going for game. He is going to start off with a 7. I'm doing math, seeing how high he can get with his Frankie and his Enel. I know they can't get over, like, I think 11 and 13 each. If he plays 4 Althors, that would be just enough. But we already have enough to get through 11 or 12, or 12-13, I think. Yeah, he's just gonna use leader effect and get the fort on. Swing a 9 at face, and I know I have enough to defend the 10k swing no matter what. Even if there's 4 Althors to buff it up to 14, still have enough counter to go to 15. Just gonna give him 3 2ks, and that is the game. Very nice. Win into an L. We always love to see it. Deck is really strong, so it's nice to be able to get one out there. Going first, definitely an advantage. 3-drop is also very nice, since they want to deal with your board most of the time, and it's just another body that they have to deal with. So yeah, good game. That was the last one, and this was the rank reset. So we are all the way back down. I do believe I ended up at 200 million. It's quite low, but I think I ended the night at rank 37. So it's a pretty successful day, and we'll go to the outro. Alright, so that was the last game. This is the same list that we have been using, except this one last tech spot. It could really be whatever you want it to be. It could be a 1 cost room, it could be a 10 cost NL, it could be a Rago, it could be another 2k, really whatever you would like. He's come up a little bit. It lets you bottom deck one of your opponent's stages. It can also do yours, and it lets you search. So potentially can be a 5/7 character that lets you draw a card, or at least search. And against the decks where removing their stage is bad for them, say Rosinante or Teach, maybe even Lucy, if you can get it in that matchup, it is definitely good. Against the Rosinante, I did say I'd always want to play this 5-cost Wyper, but if you don't have enough life to play this, say you're at 0 life, you can use leader effect to play this. Bottom their stage, search your deck, or search top 5, probably grab a 2k or an upper yard, and then you can play the heal, and it's 7k body, which is really nice. Into something like Nami, it is 1k power less than the 6-cost Kalgara, so you would always want to see this over the Wyper, since this can swing 9 much easier. The Wyper lets you draw an extra card than playing out the Kalgara, but most of the time this 8k will get more cards out of your opponent, out of the Nami's hand, than just this one card that you got out from Wyper. So that is it. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And that is all.